Corona, corona, corona. Leave social media after hate. Now, I just want you to bear this in mind. This article was dropped on the 4th of November on TV show Ace. Now, I will say this. I have checked out her social media or her Instagram anyway, and she's still, her profile is still public, but she has not been active since the 1st of November. Okay, and I remember that last time she was active was when she was on a live, and she was basically talking about how Statler was a puppet. So since then, she has gone quite quiet, okay? So just bear that in mind as well. That may be a reason behind why she has now gone MIA when it comes to social media. But let's get into what exactly this article has to say. So the article, just like any other article, starts off with a nice little backstory. So let's get into the backstory so for the people who are a bit unsure of exactly who Corona is and why she is in this position. So, with every other new season of 90 Day Fiancé or one of its many spin-offs, there are always certain cast members who rub viewers the wrong way. One of those cast members this season is none other than Corona. Based on the latest updates, it looks like she has reached her limit. So what did she say? Well, let's get into that one itself in particular. Now, it does say that typically, when TLC introduces new cast members as part of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, there is a period of getting to know these new cast members. This is a time for viewers to dig into backstories and more. However, when it comes to Corona, many viewers disliked her right out of the gate. 90 Day Fiancé fans instantly called Corona out for disrespecting Iggy's culture when she landed in his country, that country being Iceland. She wanted to dress the way she wanted to, but she wanted to, she wanted to enroll in the midwifery program despite not speaking the language. Overall, this situation was a dumpster fire right from the start. Now, just to also add to her, her start on the show, before the show even aired, before we even saw her on screen, she did come out of social media and she was already ranting about the show before the season even began, and that's definitely something that, had a lot of people thinking, okay, what's wrong with this woman? Why is she already saying the most when the season hasn't even started yet? So that attitude definitely did also, rub some people, no, I wouldn't say the wrong way, but it definitely had people's suspicions up to think, okay, what is her problem? The show hasn't even portrayed her yet in the way that she even knows, but she's already speaking out. All right. It was as if she was doing a Statler in a weird way, but nonetheless, though. The same Statler that she is now called a puppet. Can you imagine? Same Statler that was meant to be your friend. Can you imagine? But with that being said, though, let's get into the next part here where it says, TLC fans have been roasting Corona online. Things got even worse for Corona online when speculation started up that 90 Day Fiancé pair faked the entire storyline for the sake of the cameras. Already, most veteran franchise viewers don't trust most couples until they prove themselves over time. So, these ramblings or fakery did not sit well with the fan community. And just so you know, it was actually Iggy that came out and basically had an interview, and he's the one that said that these two basically faked their storyline to be on camera, just to clarify who exactly, put them in this situation. Now, since that article came out, well, Corona has done nothing but deny the whole thing and said, no, our relationship was completely legit. We did not go in there for the cameras. Everything was real. So obviously she's trying to basically now backtrack to what her, her partner on screen had obviously said to everybody else. So I do wonder though, who is the real villain in this story? Is it Iggy or is it Corona? Corona's trying to defend their relationship, say that it is authentic and their storyline was not fake. Meanwhile, Iggy basically planted the seed and told us, that it was fake. But I wouldn't be surprised if Iggy came out and said, hey guys, I was just joking. You know me. I find everything funny. You know what I'm saying? But that's how he rolls. But nonetheless, though, we continue. So it says here, since then, there has been a lot of vitriol online from 90 Day Fiancé, directed at Corona. While this is expected to be of the 90 Day Fiancé fan community, people have said some pretty harsh things since Corona, Blakey, and Iggy Hilma first debuted in TLC scenes. Now, as it says here, recently one fan said, "I've wondered from the beginning if it sold. My apologies. Let me start again. Recently, one fan said, I've wondered from the beginning if she sold it casually to him because she's maybe desperate for a relationship. Even if she also did want to do it for the fame, then that he went along with it, that he went along with it, saw that she was really serious. Then he gave the interview acting like it was all fake to save face. He never seems into it, but instead pretending to be her, but instead pretending to do boyfriend things. I don't think she's that good of an actress. She might just be casually socially awkward and generally naive. Just a thought. I mean, listen. For me personally, I think that Iggy is just the way he is. Corona is the way she is, you know. And based on what I have seen of this season, a part of me tells me that their relationship is 1000% real to Corona in terms of how they are being on the show, and she may be one in there for the genuine reasons. But when I look at Iggy's behavior, his behavior tells me that he literally went on the show because he thought it would be a little bit of fun. Do you see what I'm saying? So I would say that I feel like for him, it was a little bit of fun to go on the show, and he wasn't really that, But for her, I think that she actually maybe had the real intentions of actually going on the show and actually really doing what she could to really display their relationship as authentic as possible, because she actually does take it seriously and more serious than he does. But this is based on the fact that when we've seen them on screen, his behavior has always been very, hey guys, I'm just here, And her behavior has always been like, hey, listen, I come here to live with you, all right? I want you to respect me and help me get my job. So I think that the hardest thing about it is that these two are a clash of personalities as well. Let me not say a clash. They have a difference in personalities, which is why I do question if Iggy was being serious when he actually said their relationship was fake for the storyline. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if they were on the show to show their acting skills, obviously, no one's buying it, But I do buy it when when she does get, frustrated with him, and I also do buy it when he just downplays everything, So yeah, I'll leave it as that. Somebody else says she was a fool for giving up everything for a man that she only thinks only thinks of her as a casual girlfriend, like she did not have any conversation with him pertaining to the future. Not only that, she didn't do any research on the country and didn't bother to even learn the language. Yes, Ireland is 99% literate, but that doesn't mean her midwifery program would be in English. Her club outfits are not suited for minus 10 degree weather either. Tell me about it, honestly. Seeing her wear what she wears in that weather is absolutely insane. It's like she's disrespecting the weather at the same time. She's like, hey, weather, come get me. Look at me. I ain't scared of you, cold. Anyway. I would love to see her dressing like that when the weather is like at its peak coldness. You know what I mean? Like Canada type peak coldness when everything's so cold that you gotta lay up so much that if you don't, you're gonna get a frostbite. Is that frostbite? It is a frostbite, right? Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Let's continue. It's nice that she has her own style, but it doesn't make sense in a place like that. Her demeanors in ice and snow. Oh Lord. No, I agree. Now let's get into exactly here itself in particular. Corona ditching social media after fan hate. Corona has been a major target on social media ever since TLC introduced her in scenes. Fans have even gone in on her harder than they have on Iggy. This is true. This is probably because she's quite vocal on social media and Iggy is very non-existent, to be honest with you. If you're vocal on social media and you bite back, people are going to keep going and going and going. But if you're quiet, people are going to get bored not saying a single thing. So that probably makes sense to why, obviously, people have gone after her more than him. Despite the fact that, she has definitely portrayed herself to be a more annoying character on the screen than he has anyway. Now, it continues here by saying, after putting up with as much of it as she could take, Corona recently shared a scathing message to all of her haters and followers, announcing that she would be ditching social media following all of the backlash. Corona wrote, I honestly hate social media since the show. This used to be the place I could vent, show fun trips that I'm going on, and just be myself. Now I open the app to hundreds of hateful comments a day. From people who don't even know me, my mental health took a dive since doing the show. Okay. All right. That's literally the same thing. That's why I haven't read that again. Well, to be fair, she does actually add, to be fair, at the bottom here, I am going to take a break. Please leave me the F alone for at least a week. Well, with that being said, it has now been a week then. Yeah, yesterday was a weekday. If I was her personally, I just wouldn't come back in general. I'll just keep it moving, but that's just me. Corona went on her post addressing her haters, adding, I'm going to take a break. Please just... Oh, yeah. I've just read that, haven't I? Well, let me know your thoughts on this stuff in particular. Do you think Corona was right to take a week off? Or do you think she should just come off social media just for longer than that? Do you know what I mean? Remember when... What's that woman's name? Memphis and Hamza. Remember, obviously, you know, when she decided to basically disappear for ages and then came back out of nowhere. To be fair, I feel like that break was very much needed for her. Whether it did it any good, I don't know, but it was very good. But the only thing is, when she came back, she still came back a little bit fiery. That was the only issue. But hey ho, I do feel like taking a break off social media would do her massive justice. Help. And if she came back and just didn't even say anything in general and just kept it moving as if she's just living her life, that would work for her too. People have done that in the past and it has worked for them, you know, personally. So yeah. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts, and I do apologize for my atrocious reading, but it is what it is. It's what I do. Reading is definitely not one of my strong areas in life. I will never say this. Now, but I'm pretty sure you folks are used to it anyway. You're just like, oh, don't worry, Madzie, we got you, man. We know. just thank you for putting the words on the screen so we can read it ourselves. Nonetheless, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.